Hello everyone, Kryptonite here and welcome back to another hydroneer video. So you're probably wondering what this weird contraption here is. Now in my previous video where I showcased the ore veins and did a slight little test, I must admit I did make some mistakes. Now a lot of people are commenting on my last video advising me of these mistakes, so I've set up a more scientific test that should determine if the ore veins are actually worth it or not. So let me run through what I have set up here. We'll head down to here to start with. So similar setup to my previous video, I've got the one tier 3 drill here in the middle of the iron ore vein, and then on the exact same level I've got another tier 3 drill which is just digging up normal dirt. Now the reason why I set this up is because someone kindly advised me that even though the one at the top on the surface and the one down below will be giving different yields, because though they are tier 1, he is correct in saying that the deeper down you go, obviously the more weight the ore is, and that accounts for each tier as well. So even though this is still in tier 1, this drill here was still providing more weighted iron ore. So I've set up two here side by side to eliminate that variable, and if we head back up I'll showcase what I've done here. Now it might look a little messy, but that's because I wanted to put each drill and each harvester, basically each setup, on a different pipeline just so I could stop them individually like I wanted to for my testing. So we've got this conveyor belt here, which is the one that isn't in the ore vein, and this goes up here into the harvester, into a splitter to split off the iron because we are doing an iron ore vein, and it will go up here to a counter and then into an auto smelter. So I've got the counter set at 100. I might increase this slightly because during my test on my own I did find some other interesting things out with the ore veins, so I'm gonna probably put these up to 200. So basically when this counter gets to 200, it will basically send an electrical current down to this hook valve here, which will shut off the conveyor belts, and then simultaneously, well, with a 2-second delay that I've got here, it will activate the auto smelter and pop out a bar of 100 iron nuggets, which is perfect. And then the same for this one. This will do exactly the same as that, but this one is coming from the ore vein. So without further ado, let's change these to 200. So it will count 200 iron nuggets before it activates and shuts everything off. So we'll get that one up and running, and see that's running nicely. And then we'll pop this one to 200 as well. We'll activate that one, and as you can see that one's activated nicely as well. So as you can see, we've got dirt coming up and they're going into our harvesters, and then the iron should be separating into the smelters, just as we can see here. Now already what I do notice is that this one here, the left, which is not in the vein, this one on the right, which is in the vein. Now I did start this one first, probably, I don't know, a few seconds before this one, but already in regards to iron, this one has already caught up and overtaken. So we can definitely prove the point that the ore veins do carry more of that resource, so it does yield better. So if you are focusing on just one sort of ore, if you find a vein of that, it probably is worth setting up a basic drill system, because you will harvest that type of ore definitely quicker, as you can see here. Now we'll just sit here until they both hit 200. I will sort of do a short little time lapse for this because this might take a little bit of time, not too much time. I'll just speed it up a little bit and then come back just before we hit the 200 mark. Okay, so we are approaching the 190 mark on the system that's doing the ore vein. So hopefully once this hits 200, everything will work as it should, and it should shut off the conveyor belt and then pop the bar out as well of the auto smelter. So we've hit 200 and there we go. The conveyor belt has stopped nicely and we have our iron bar. So this one here is for the ore vein. So we'll just pop that there for now. And we'll just wait for this one to finish. While we are waiting for this one to finish, let's talk about the other resources that the ore vein has distributed out. So as you can see, you do still get your gold, your gems and your shards, or whatever materials are available on that tier, as you can see, but you probably have noticed that there isn't many of them. So if you are looking to mine the ore veins, they are good, as I said, for that specific resource. So I have yielded more iron out of this one, but unfortunately I have yielded less of the other materials as well, which isn't too bad if you are looking for that one specific resource. Let's head over and see what the other one is doing. This one over here is hitting 180 now, so we shouldn't be too far along and this one should be done. Okay, so we are 198 now, so in a minute now this one should shut itself off. Perfect, and distribute the bar. Perfect, okay, so we'll pop this one over here for now. Now before we look at the weight differences, we are going to go back and talk about the other resources. So this one here that wasn't in the ore vein, as you can see, it has yielded plenty more of the other resources. So although on this one you do increase the yield for that specific resource, you do sacrifice gaining other resources as well. So I think the ore veins are very situational, whether you want to go for them or not. But let's look at the weights. So we've got this one here, which is the one without the ore vein, which in total we'll call it 456. Let's head over to the one with the ore vein and we'll have a look at this one. And this one is 460. So the weight isn't actually as big as I first thought, which was my biggest and major mistake, which I do highly apologize for, but I've taken the time to test it further. So if you are looking at increasing the weight of that specific resource, the ore veins probably aren't the way to go, because I think that this £4 weight increase, well, we can round this one up to 57. So the £3 weight increase you get from the ore vein isn't really beneficial considering the amount of other resources you lose. But if you are looking to get one specific resource quickly, then ore veins are the way to go. So hopefully with this increased testing, you can all forgive me on my previous video where I admit I did make a fairly big mistake and I do apologize for that. But hopefully this has all fixed it for you. So if there's any other testing you want me to do, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll be happy to do some more and do a video on it. If you did like this video and found it helpful, make sure you drop that like button. Make sure you subscribe for more hydroneer content. It's been Kryptonite here. Thank you all for watching and I will see you in the next video.